Project Diva, Project Diva 2, Project Diva F, Project Diva F Second. It's a little pricier than buying the game on its own, but tons of stuff inside the box. Just the resolution itself, it looks like it's somewhere between VHS and DVD quality at times. Hello and welcome to another NihongoGamer video. Today is like the best day ever because I got this fantastic new arcade controller for Project Diva Hatsune Miku Mega Mix on the Nintendo Switch. The main thing I like about it is the fact that instead of having to hold down the R button on the controller, you can just actually slide across to the right or slide across to the left, which is just like it used to work in the arcade game. But the game itself is the 10th anniversary collection for Project Diva Hatsune Miku Mega Mix. Or rather, 10th anniversary for Project Diva, not for Mega Mix, because obviously Mega Mix came out today. I bought the 10th anniversary collection edition because it comes with plenty of extra goodies. Let's go ahead and unbox it. Inside the box, it looks like we've got just paper, and inside you have the 10th anniversary collection. This should be a nice wall scroll from the specific shop that I pre-ordered it from, and a thank you card. So depending on which shop you pre-order it, you get different bonuses. And this is the wall tapestry that I got. Let's go ahead and open that first. I think this is a new image drawn specifically for Mega Mix. Ta-da! You can hang this on your wall and show how proud you are to be a Hatsune Miku Project Diva fan. It says Mega Mix here at the bottom. If you're wondering why I keep calling it Mega Mix, it's because 3 and 9 in Japanese is pronounced mi and ku, so you can say Miku, and then because it's apostrophe S, it's Miku-zu. This is an illustration by Kei, who I believe is the original illustrator for the character design. It's a little difficult to get it all in one shot, but hopefully you can see the wall scroll back there. And now it's time to unbox the actual main event. Pull it out of the bubble wrap, like so. Ooh. And it looks like I've got some buttons to start with. There's actually 4 pin badge buttons in here. That's so funny. There's 4 buttons, but you only get the girls. You don't get Ren and you don't get Kaito. So 4 out of our 6 divas here. Unfortunately, the boys have been completely left out. On the back, it's a standard safety pin like you might find on any pin badge. Rin-chan now, Meiko, Luca, and last but not least, the diva herself, the project of all divas, Hatsune Miku. I think this is the new art style that's being used on the Nintendo Switch version. I think they've switched art styles just because graphically it's less taxing on the processor to use a graphic style like this, but style-wise it's also just a nice opportunity to freshen it up with a new lick of paint. And here we have the 10th anniversary collection itself. It comes in a nice sort of DVD Blu-ray style box. Take the plastic off it first. Yeah, ooh, so in addition to the DVD box, it's also got this little sleeve. You can take this off and you can see extra bonus art on the actual box itself. So this is just a sort of sales packaging sleeve. So on this original sleeve, it says Project Diva Hatsune Miku Mega Mix here on the front. For Nintendo Switch, on the side just says Sega and the logo, and then on the back, you have information about the game. Here it says this song, that song, I want to play anytime and anywhere, and that's mainly because this is the Nintendo Switch version, so they're going back to being portable and being able to play this game on the go, because with Future Tone, the graphics were fantastic, but it was only on home consoles. The K illustration, which is also on that tapestry back there, flip it around and you have the zoomed in version on the back of the box. And on the side here, you can see it says Project Diva Mega Mix on the top, but down here it actually says 10th anniversary Sega featuring Hatsune Miku. Now it's time to get it out of the box, so I'm going to pull it out of here and we see all the goodies come out. So that box is now empty. This is just a spacer so you can hold the game in the right size, because as you can see, the Switch game is actually smaller than this, so it comes with a little spacer so that it's the right size in the box. Got the Nintendo Switch game itself, and what is this? These are all the goodies. Ooh. So in fact, this box is the CD collection, as you can see written here, and it's got a beautiful illustration on the front. Let's go ahead and take it out of the plastic. I suppose all of these balloons in the image are celebrating the fact that it's the 10th anniversary, so it's like a birthday party kind of theme. And inside here, hopefully the discs won't all fall out. Just pull this open and you can see massive CD collection, including a new song by Live Tune. Big fan of all the Live Tune tracks in Project Diva. Catch the Wave, this is probably one of the main title tracks for Hatsune Miku Mega Mix. Got a special download code on the back of this card. And this is just an inner booklet that comes with the CD. It's kind of nice to have a CD that actually has a booklet on the inside. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs in total in this set. Anniversary booklet that comes with the CD. On the inside, it's just got some information about the tracks and what songs you can look forward to listening to. It's got the track listings, I assume it doesn't have all the lyrics. Do you remember when CDs actually came with lyrics on the inside? And then on the rest of the booklet, there's a bunch of illustrations by different artists. And it looks like the main illustration on the front of this box is by an artist called Ixima. Now the CD collection is actually the main reason I went for the 10th anniversary collection. I think if you don't get the CDs, you just buy the standard game, it's probably something like $55, $60, but then this, with the CD collection, it comes to like 100. And last but not least, of course, you get the Nintendo Switch game. Now it says +4 Senko Haishin, which I think means that I get access to these 4 songs before they're made available as DLC. So I assume that inside here, there's actually gonna be a download code for those 4 extra songs. This is the box on the front, and this is on the back. As you can see, it's identical to the paper liner that was going over this sort of Blu-ray DVD box. And on the inside of the box, it does have the download code for those 4 extra songs, and it also has a quick guide in case you've never played a Project Diva game, how to play the game. There's nothing special on the artwork on the inside, it's just plain white, and the cartridge itself. So here we have it, Project Diva Mega Mix. So excited about playing this. Alright, since I'm not sure when I'm going to have time to do an actual proper review of Project Diva Mega Mix, I figured I'd give you my first impressions here. I mean, this is a video of when I was actually using it with the new Hori arcade style controller, and I have to admit, of course, it is every bit as much fun as you might expect it to be if you've got any experience playing the arcade game in Japan. I guess the only thing that's a little bit strange is that they've changed the art style for the Nintendo Switch version. Now I think they're going to make a lot of these songs available for the PS4 version as well, so new content and new songs will hopefully be available on PS4. But for the Nintendo Switch version, we've got this new cel-shaded style. Certainly from all the promotional material I saw, it looked really fantastic, but I have to admit, even when it's docked on the Switch, or when you're playing it undocked, especially when you're playing it in handheld mode, the resolution significantly drops, and it won't always be 60 FPS. To be quite honest, I don't think it is running at a constant 60 FPS most of the time. It's probably somewhere between 30 and 60. But that aside, just the resolution itself, it looks like it's somewhere between VHS and DVD quality at times. This massively depends on what kind of level you're on, so some of these levels, Miku's like on her own on a pedestal in the vacuum of space. And on those levels, it actually looks closer to 540p, maybe at maximum 720p, but rarely. But especially these levels where there's a lot of stuff in the background like fans cheering, or even the levels where there's more than one diva, and there are actually levels, you know, like Decorator and Senbon Zakura that have up to like 6 different Vocaloids on screen at a time. Those levels in particular really suffer. So there's the low frame rate, and then there's the low resolution graphics, but gameplay is always 60 FPS. So those squares, circles, and triangles that you see flying around on screen for the actual rhythm action part of the game, that will always be at the correct speed, so you absolutely don't need to worry about the gameplay suffering as a result. When I'm talking about these visual compromises, I'm only talking about the characters and the backgrounds and the stuff that's moving behind the actual gameplay elements. Now on the plus side, the game has plenty of content, it has tons of costumes, it has tons of songs. There are a number of songs that I really liked that are just completely missing from the game. I don't know why, maybe they're going to reintroduce them as DLC or whatnot. So far, every time I've looked for one of my favorite costumes for each particular song, I've always been able to find it. I guess my general feelings are that this is a port of an arcade and a PS4 title, and as a result, probably given the budget that they had, they weren't able to optimize for the amount of power that's actually available on the Switch, because I'm pretty sure that the Switch could have done these visuals better and at higher resolutions and higher frame rates. But as it is, the gameplay runs perfectly fine. The visuals don't look super pretty, but it's all there, and it's on your handheld, and you can take it anywhere you want to go. I definitely prefer having this port with compromised visuals over having nothing at all and maybe waiting 3 or 4 years for a brand new game to come out. And actually, when Project Diva X came out, they were quite proud, I think, that they had put effort into making a brand new title, but it didn't have a lot of the detail and especially the song selection that I wanted. And so going for a port of Future Tone was actually a really good move in my opinion. Now, you might say that it really doesn't matter what resolution or frame rate the stuff is happening in the background, but what I've always loved about Project Diva is that the graphics in the back are running more or less the same frame rate as the stuff that's happening in the front. And so even though they're not very tightly linked, you do feel like they're integrated together. And so as great as it is to have this port, it does feel a little bit like those spin-off mobile games that sometimes come out for Project Diva. You know the ones, they have like a pre-rendered video in the background, so you can't actually change the costumes because it's not being rendered in real time. And so personally, I've never been too big a fan of the installments of Project Diva that focus more on like pre-rendered videos and music videos running in the background. It's the ability to customize the character, change the costume, change the accessories, and have everything running at the same speed, so it really feels like what's what's happening there in the background is actually right there, happening right now. So those are my first impressions playing the game for the first few days of release. And who knows, Sega may put a patch out that improves the frame rates and improves the resolutions, but I think because it's a port, it's quite difficult and quite an expensive process to try and optimize something that wasn't built from the ground up on that console. Alright, so in summary, what you get with the Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Mix 10th Anniversary Collection is, of course, this gorgeous little DVD Blu-ray style box. You get the game itself for the Nintendo Switch cartridge. You also get with the game a little code that gives you early access to these 4 songs. In addition to that, you also get this thing called Sonoka.net. This is for Catch the Wave. I think it's a new song by Livetune. You also get these 4 badges for the main 4 female divas. Unfortunately, you don't get a pin badge for the 2 male divas. And then this gorgeous CD collection box, which has an illustration on the front by Ixima with the birthday balloon theme. And the CD collection itself comes on these 5 CDs. It's been a while since I've looked at the box art, but I'm pretty sure these are the illustrations from the various Project Diva games, like Project Diva, Project Diva 2, Project Diva F, Project Diva F Second. It's a little pricier than buying the game on its own, but tons of stuff inside the box. And last but not least, depending on which shop you pre-ordered it from, you get a tapestry of varying illustration. This one is by K. It's actually the main box art from the front of Megamix. As you can see, I'm starting to run out of space, but I'm very excited about playing this on my Nintendo Switch on the go, but when I'm also at home, really excited about trying out this hilariously massive $350 arcade stick. Do look out for the other video where I unboxed this, and I'm hoping that I can make some content and actually show you how it works. But it may not be a video, it may be a stream, so I haven't decided quite yet. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share links and all that great stuff, and definitely join the Discord. There should be a link below if you want to come and talk about gear, if you want to talk about music games, you want to talk about Japan, game centers, arcade games, fighting games, any of that stuff. Join us in the Discord. I'll see you in the next NihongoGamer video.